What's up guys, my name is Ace, and Call of Duty Vanguard is finally here, and one of the big videos that I make every single year is how to rank up quickly. This is very important, especially early on in the game when you want to get through those first 55 levels where you are unlocking all of your weapons and everything. For many people, they want to blast through that as fast as possible, so they have everything available to them for the rest of the season. So in today's video, I'm just going to be sharing a bunch of great tips to help you maximize your XP games and level up as fast as possible. Keep in mind, this video is not going to be talking about weapon XP and leveling up weapons faster. That will be a separate video. I've got a lot of testing to do before I get into that. This is just talking about your character levels. And diving right in, this is in no particular order. Something you want to be aware of as you're going through your levels is your challenge tab. You want to be checking this frequently and seeing which challenges you are close to completing or which ones look like they'd be really easy to take care of if you just set your mind to it, essentially. And when you combine them all together, they give a ton of XP, especially if you can complete a full tab of this. You get 10,000 XP per one of these tabs. So if you can get through these while you're in your first 55 levels, this would be an excellent source of XP to rank up even faster. Now, in addition to those challenges, we've got some other interesting challenges that also can significantly help with your XP gains. And this is in the operator tab. This time around in Vanguard, they're actually doing something quite interesting. Each of these operators you can level up individually. And if you go to that operator, you can look at their challenges, and they each have specific challenges to work toward, and each one of those challenges will award XP. But on top of this, we just have our standard progression. Just for using the character and putting the time in, you will be ranking up your character, and some of the unlocks that you get as you do this are XP. So you want to make sure that you are working through your operators. If you've maxed out one operator and you just stick on that operator, you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot when it comes to XP gains because you're no longer working toward more challenges for them. So just pay attention to those operator tabs, focus on their challenges, complete those, and rank them up to the max. Additionally, with operators, this is also something that's brand new with Vanguard. Each of the operators will have a favorite weapon. You can see here for Arthur, it's the Sten. For Beatrice, it's the AS-44, and so on. Each of them has their own individual weapon. And if you use the combination of that weapon with that operator, you will not only get bonus XP for your weapon, you're also going to be getting just bonus XP in general for you. So again, if you're really focusing on maxing out your XP gains, it's in your best interest to use that favorite weapon combined with that operator. And this is where we're going to segue into the weapons. We also gain XP just by leveling weapons up in the game, just by using them, not focusing on any particular challenges for them, just using the guns and leveling them up. Every time you level up, you will gain XP from that, and that really adds up over time in the background. It's not something you typically notice, but it really does add up. And then taking that one step further, if you really want to maximize your XP gains from using a weapon, complete the camo challenges for those weapons. For each one of these camo challenges, they also award XP. And there are a ton of camo challenges for every weapon in the game. There's a lot of weapon camo challenges to work towards, so you may as well have a look at those and make sure you're working in that direction so you're gaining even more XP. Now, on top of this, just by playing the game in general, you'll notice when you get medals, as well as any of those yellow indicators that pop up on the center of the screen when you get a kill or an assist or whatever, you capture an objective, anytime something pops up in the center of the screen there, that is contributing toward XP. So if you're getting double kills, that gives you more XP than if you just got 2 kills individually and separated. Or if you get a Kingslayer, for instance, you kill the best player on their team, you're going to get extra XP for killing that player compared to the other players in the match. Now, for most of these, you don't actively work toward these and think about them in game. They just sort of happen in the background. I just wanted to point out that that is another source of XP that you're going to be gaining. Additionally, something that it appears a lot of people are unaware of, match bonuses are huge sources of XP. If you play through a match and then you leave right before the game ends or something, or you leave halfway through, you don't get a match bonus for that. And these match bonuses give you a pretty good amount of XP for every match that you finish. So it's absolutely in your best interest to finish the games completely all the way to the end. Even if you're having a bit of a rough match, if you've already made it halfway through that game, you might as well just sort of stick it out for the rest of the match and get all of the XP that you can out of that match bonus. Now, obviously, if you join a game where you're being like completely spawn trapped into oblivion and you literally just can't move out of spawn, yeah, you may want to leave it in that case because the amount of time that you're wasting just getting killed over and over again isn't really going to be helping you at all in the XP department. But generally speaking, you want to stick through it right to the end of the match for that match bonus. As for game modes, I've done a little bit of testing with game modes so far, and it looks like it doesn't really matter which mode you play as long as you're able to perform well in that mode. Generally speaking, objective game modes will have more potential for score and therefore XP to go around, and this means I do recommend objective respawn game modes for ranking up quickly. So for me, I really like Domination or Patrol, for instance. These are great sources for XP, especially if you're playing the objective quite hard and getting kills while you're on the objective or defending the objective, getting kills. That's always great for your XP bonuses. And on top of this, if you're really looking to rank up quickly, I would recommend filtering your combat pacing to Blitz. This is going to give you a much more chaotic experience with a higher player count. But with that higher player count, this means you're more likely to get more interactions per minute with enemy players, and the more interactions per minute you have, the more XP is available for you to be earning, because for every kill you get, or for every assist you get, you're going to be getting XP for that. So Blitz is a great option if you're looking to just rank up super quickly. And with that, those are the primary sources of XP that you're going to be finding while playing the match. A lot of these are completely expected and no different than any other Call of Duty game, but still worth covering. Now I want to talk about a few other tips for maximizing your XP. One of those tips is obviously make sure you're using your double XP tokens. This one might sound super obvious, but I mainly wanted to point this out because unfortunately we aren't able to use a trick that worked with Cold War. In Black Ops Cold War, if you had double XP tokens saved up in Modern Warfare or Warzone, you could activate those double XP tokens within Modern Warfare and then just close the game down and boot up Cold War, and that double XP token would still be running in the background. I have put this to the test, and at least at the time of recording this video, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to work with Vanguard. I tried with both Modern Warfare and activating a token as well as Cold War, and neither of those tokens applied to Vanguard. Next up, if you bring up your social tab, you'll notice that there are clans in the game now instead of regiments. And with this, if you're a member of a clan and you're playing with at least one other player that is in your clan at that time, this will give you 10% bonus XP for everything. So your regular level, your operator level, and your weapon level, all of this will gain extra XP. And the nice thing about this is it sort of stacks. This isn't just going to be a 10% flat boost to your XP because, like I said earlier, as you're leveling your operator up and as you're leveling your weapon up, you will also be getting XP bonuses from that. So you're actually kind of stacking your XP rewards by doing this and playing with a clan member. So if you have some friends that you play the game with and you don't have a clan yet, make sure you create one and then invite your friends and play with those friends because that will maximize your XP gains. Now finally, kind of wrapping this all together, a big recommendation that I have for you guys, and I always have when you're trying to rank up fast in Call of Duty, is try to use variety as you're playing. If you just stick to using one operator and one gun that's your favorite gun all the time and you end up maxing that gun out and you're just using the same perks and the same playstyles and everything like that, you're going to be limiting your XP gains heavily by doing this because as you spread out and use more things, you're going to be leveling those things up, whether those be operators or weapons, for instance. You're going to be able to level those up separately. So use variety. I highly encourage that. But at the same time, there has to be a balance. You don't want to try to use like the guns that are completely horrible and you perform terrible with. If it is massively harming your performance in the match, it's not worth the XP bonuses you're going to get for leveling that gun up. You still want to be using guns that you are relatively confident with and competitive with. Just try to branch out a little bit and not just use those same one or two guns that you would normally use. And with that, that's pretty much it. That's going to wrap it up for how to maximize XP in Call of Duty Vanguard's multiplayer. Now, like I said, I am going to have a separate video talking about weapon XP because that is a totally different story and there's a lot more depth that goes into that one. So I'm going to have to take a few days to really nail that down. But that will be coming to the channel at some point within the next week or so. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed this one, a like rating is always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for more Vanguard tips and content coming soon. I'll talk to you guys next time.